So, goedemiddag, Ton and Mark. How are you?
Well,
Okay, we just won. A Dutch girl just won a golden medal in the Olympiad.
Oh, and Mark was so happy with
Mark
that. He
is-
fell out of the
Mark
screen
is
here.
disappearing.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, I'm. You can't see because I have this background, but I've currently 3 screens in use. One laptop with 2 screens for a real bridge, and this one, which you see me now, is my other laptop for Teams.
Oh, that's
but
live.
I have to find a better position, so this is okay now.
This is very okay. So you are now at home, but you're here, so to speak.
Yeah.
You've been assisting us with our festival for many years now. So can you tell us a little bit how you got into it, and also what you think are the best and the worst things of the Swedish Bridge Festival?
Let me start, because I was there the first time in 2007, the last time in Jönköping. I was invited by Thomas Brenning, who I met several times in international championships. And I always said, this is great after the first year. I will come whenever it's possible, but if there might be an invitation for an international tournament, which is in the same period, I will go there, because if you ever reject an invitation, they might not invite you the next year. So after a few years, I had to reject, because it was a double with some World Junior Championships. And then Tom came in to replace me.
And this is when I have to take over?
Well, I don't know which
Good,
year it was.
yes.
I forgot. This morning I looked it up. 2007 was my first time, the only time in Jönköping, and after that I missed, I think, 2.
Well, anyway, we're very happy to have you here with your expertise and also international experience. So I revert to the question there, what do you think are the best things with the festival?
Well, the organization as a whole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the most fantastic event from an organizational point of view. And that's why the Swedish love it also, I think. The session starts at the moment being announced, without any surprise ever. So this is fantastic. And the whole is fantastic. The whole setup is great.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Also the hotel next to it, but the hotel itself is terrible in my opinion. Your climate nowadays is not built for, or not how do you say that doesn't fit with the conditions of the hotel there. It's always in the 30s in Sweden, in your land climate, so to say, and which means that it is also in the 30s in the hotel. What you don't expect, what you don't hope for.
But then it's so much better when you get into the playing area. It's like walking into a fridge, huh?
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. No, the playing area is fantastic.
So if the hotel was not to your liking, what do you miss most about not being in Örebro this year with the festival?
The people, of course.
The company, the yearly experience of being in a fantastic event, which is nice. I'm not a professional TD, so when you are doing this 40, 50 years per year, then I don't think there is much enthusiasm anymore. But going here, this is one of the few events I do still, and the reason is that I like it that much.
Nice. Now this is online. What big differences can you see from a tournament director point of view on the Chairman's Cup that it goes on real bridge instead of live?
For me, this is, well, I have to take into account that my experience with real bridge doesn't exist. I did play a couple of times with a real bridge, but this is my first real bridge event as a tournament director. So I still have to, and I'm too old to know it after one time experience. So I need some I need some experience to be able to do it well. But with the assistance of your people who have some more experience at the moment, it's okay. But as a tournament, I don't like it that much. It's more complicated. It's easier to talk to other TDs when you are around there together. And here you are limited in your possibilities of getting information. The polls, for example, in the hall, you see people walking around, and you go there, and now you have to prepare it all. And then yesterday, for example, I needed an answer on a question I put in a poll in an email to 8 people, and I received 2 answers of the 8 in time to be helpful. So it's more complicated. It's
Mark, you're young enough.
Well, actually, I raised my finger because I had the same experience. I felt very, very, not used to the system on Saturday, but on Sunday morning, I thought, oh, now I had this 1-day experience and I know how it works, and I felt much more confident. And because it's my first time also, I did one course with Shireen Mohandes and another one earlier this week with Suzanne. But especially Linnea, she's very, very helpful. I like her way of handling it very much. And Carl is always there for advice, and so it just runs smooth. The big difference from my point of view is we have no problems in checking the tables because everyone is in the correct seat. That helps a lot. And there are no technical rulings, no insufficient bits, and things like that. It's much less than normal. Although I had a very nice misclick this morning. Someone had a 1, 2, 6, 4 distribution from spades to clubs. 1, 2, 6, 4. He opened 2 spades and explained it as exactly 4 spades and a longer minor.
Okay.
And then he asked for an undo, which the opponent allowed. And he changed it to a pass. And now the opponent called me and said, I allowed an undo and I expected 1 spade or something, but now it comes for a pass. So I asked him, what did you do? He said, I thought I had 4 spades. I said, I'm very sorry, but this is mis-sorting your hand. I cannot allow it. So these things still happen. But
I thought they were told to always call the tournament director before accepting an undo.
Exactly. He was too late in calling, but he thought, well, let's accept in friendly surrounding. But when he realized what he had done, he said, well, this is I'm not going to accept, of course.
Mine was easier. My misclick was easier yesterday because there was somebody being on the 1 level and then he produced 6 hearts bid.
And it didn't make.
Well, he wasn't urged to play it.
No. Now from online bridge to real bridge. In the Netherlands, how are your thoughts about opening up again in clubs, big tournaments and so on?
Well, as you know, I work for the Federation in the office, and we are preparing for a start to play mid-October.
Okay.
That is according to the normal calendar. That is our normal dates for live bridge in the national championships. All on the national level, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Below that, we have the districts, and they decide themselves. And I've not heard any district yet what their plans are. But for us, the teams championship is scheduled to start in October.
My impression is that clubs are preparing to start play in the new season, which is September.
Okay. Yeah.
But they are not sure yet. It depends.
But most of them are closed right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would like to finish with a player question. I mean, you are professional tournament directors, but you're also bridge players. So now you're going to play a big tournament, not direct, and you're allowed to choose a partner, anyone from the whole wide world. So who would you pick?
Marc, probably, if he is thinking of picking me.
No way.
I was thinking about a similar polite answer.
No, I don't mind. I'm not. Well, one of the reasons I became a tournament director was that I, at a certain moment, discovered that though I played reasonably bridge at that moment, would never be top. And I liked the laws, so I concentrated more on the laws. So there are a couple of world champions in the Netherlands, but I have never thought of even trying to ask them to play in a pro-am event or whatever. It's no, I don't have that ambition.
My version of this story, I started playing bridge when I was around 23, 24, and I was rather quick student in learning, but I also got interested in the laws. And when I was about 28 or 29, I had really very good teammates. A few of my teammates include Bart Knapp, world champion, Tom Bakkeren, the nowadays coach of the Dutch Open team and a European champion. But they all said, well, you are not focused on playing bridge. We don't want to play with you anymore because you're not good enough. You don't want to improve, and we want better teammates. So I quit the team, and I was more focusing on directing. Shortly after, I was in a course and got a nice degree, and I got involved in international bridge. But to answer the question, I have been thinking about a few political answers, trying to make a connection with Sweden also. Two of my candidates would certainly be Marion, because I know her for so long. She's well known in Sweden, and she's just a very kind, very nice partner, I think. And the other one could be Kalle, because similar qualifications apply to him, as being a very nice person and friend for many, many years. And
well, thank you.
But I should also name Thomas. He's also a friend for many years.
And you don't call this a political answer.
No? Okay. No, right. It's just a difficult choice. But certainly one of those, instead of, one could say Max Rodwell or whatever, but no.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. We thank you for being with us. We hope we'll see you next year, and a happy continuation of the week. Yep. And I almost said a safe trip home after that, but that will be in a year's time.
Yeah. Huh? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So, bye to you.
Just send us a link to the write-up of the interview, please.
Of course.
Although very likely in Swedish, we try to understand.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Okay,
bye.
Bye.